Hi, welcome back to Spiritual Fitness. My name is Kanini. My lighting is not the best, to be honest, and that is why I don't show, I know a lot of YouTubers who do YouTube, they can show you like a lot of space. I am not doing it because I don't have a lot of space right here and I don't have good lighting. So to compensate, I go out in nature and I shoot, random like nature videos, and I put them on the video when editing so that you have a better experience. It's much better than having a nice ambience, honestly. I'm always grateful. I live in a very beautiful neighborhood. I thank God for it. But it has not always been like that. I come from Kenya, and the other day my sister sent me a photo of the place that we used to live before my parents died back in 1994. It was a very tiny home. Just look. I loved that home. It was filled with love. There was a river behind the home, and then there is a mango tree. You can't see it from the photo, but there was not mango. There was an avocado tree. You cannot see it from the photo, but it's on the left. And also we had plenty of like avocado trees, and then we had sugarcane. And then behind that little tiny home, my mom used to plant maize, and I used to pretend that they were students, and I used to like beat the hell out of them. Yes. And behind the house there was a river, and one time my brother fell on that river and I helped save him because my mom used to do laundry sometimes in that river. Yeah. Honest to God, I'm not kidding. Okay, so I am grateful that I live in beautiful, beautiful Newport Beach. It's an amazing place. Whew. Back when I had parents, 1994, but I lost them when I was 6. So anyway, let's move into today's topic. If I hit 1,000 subscribers and I'm like, sure, this YouTube thing is for real, it's working, I'm going to change up the settings so that it's nice. But for now, hit that subscribe button so that we can have a better, YouTube experience. I'm 36. I feel like I'm getting old already. Only yesterday I was like 15. By 36, you're supposed to, by society standards, you're supposed to be married and having kids or have a job. I don't have any of those things. I don't have any of those things. Why? Am I a total loser? Well, it all depends. The end justifies the means. If I look back at 70 and I regret my decisions, then I will say it was a bad life. And so far I'm at 36 and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I made a few bad decisions here and there, but I didn't exactly plan this out very well. I'm not good at planning. I think I was very stressed out and I wasn't thinking about how to plan my life, my long-term life. I never thought I had control of things like who to fall in love with and if they choose to marry me or not, because I always think it's the guy who has to propose and nobody proposed to me. I think I'm not wife material given the circumstances that I am in. Why am I not wife material? It's a good question to ask. Why am I not wife material? I think I'm genuinely not wife material because nobody has proposed, and I think that's a good thing to say, like, hey, nobody's proposing to you and you've been in a relationship, maybe you're not. I guess I'm not. I never knew what it is to be a wife material because I didn't grow up in a typical family. I grew up in an institution, and I was taught Christian values, to love other people, to accept them as they are, blah, blah, blah. I was never good at relationships, to be honest. Even when I was little in that institution, I was still avoiding people. I'm still avoiding people even as I grow older. I think I have an avoidant personality where I tend to want to mix with people, and then after I've had enough of them, I want them out of my business. It's very hard to make a long-term relationship with a person like that. I think I have qualities that I would make a good partner. I'm loyal, for example, very loyal. If I'm your friend, I'm not going to betray you, things like that. You would think people would value that. Yeah, I also think that in my 20s, I was really broke. And when you're broke, you don't stand out, I didn't stand out because, my hair wasn't always good. I don't think I was kind of like attractive for a guy to be like, oh, this is somebody I want to take to my mom. Honestly, I don't think that was the case. Yeah, but I also didn't have any plans, I think, of getting married. I was very scared of getting married because I looked at so many people getting married and having children, and then they would start having problems, like the guy would cheat or would start beating up the wife. And I thought, this is a stressful life for a woman. And women would also start complaining about their body weight after having children. And I thought, this is so stressful. Why would I want this? Why? I know women, after having children, they love their children, They're filled with so much love. So I was like, that is something I would like to experience, but I would want to experience with somebody who wanted that experience. And I didn't get that person. So, I was never in a position where I thought I was financially capable of having a child. I always wanted to have my own money, so that if my child needed anything, or for me, I lost both of my parents. So I thought, if I died, I would want my partner to be able to provide for my child. Or if they died, I would want to be able to provide for my child. So I always wanted to be in a position where I was able to provide for my children, because I don't have parents myself. If something happened to my partner, I should be able to take care of them for the rest of their lives. So yeah, I really thought about this, and however I saw it, until I was financially responsible, I wasn't ever going to be able to have children. And that's a long way. If you don't have parents, to get your life together takes a long time. And if you're not even, for me, I wasn't even prioritizing relationships, just because it was harder and harder for me to make relationships as I grew older. I wasn't able to kind of pick the right friends. I think I went on the wrong path, and I picked the wrong friends, and they traumatized me. So a lot of it has to do with me and my childhood and how I grew up and how my thinking got twisted. What else? I think when I was 15, before I was raised in a Christian home, but when I was 15, my brother died, and that stopped my faith. Because I had prayed to God to help the 15-year-old mind. I was praying to God to help heal my brother, but we were living in a children's home, and to be honest, they were quite neglectful. That's why he died. And I was praying and praying, and that time God did not answer my prayers. I didn't understand why, but I think I kind of stopped believing in God for the last 15 years. I was like, I don't believe there is God, because how would he do this to me? How would he take away my parents and then take away my brother? What else is he going to take? I had that mindset, like, what else is he going to take? I didn't see mercy, or I didn't feel like he was a merciful person, or God. I really wasn't. I didn't feel any mercy coming from him. But now I look back, I think he's very merciful, because when my parents died, I went into this institution. He didn't leave me on the streets. I had food, I had education. I think I was myopic, that this one thing that I wanted, he didn't give me, and I stopped believing, because that's how a 15-year-old mind thinks. And then I really started seriously having doubts, like Jesus walking on water, the virgin birth, all that started coming into my mind, and I was like, like I didn't believe it. Now I believe it, because as I grow older, I see the wisdom of the Holy Book. Something changed when I started believing in God. I started looking at the wisdom in the book other than what I can get from it. Looking at, this is a book of wisdom. This is a book that helps you know we are in a spiritual universe. This has a lot of secrets. And I started looking at those, unlocking the secrets that helped me heal from my childhood trauma. And I was like, this must be the voice of God. Only God can heal me with his voice and words, something that I had never experienced. So I thought, that must be God helping me understand his word. Anyway, I was working as a recruiter, and I was making somewhere between 140 to 250,000. Recruiting is a game that goes like this, right? Sometimes you're doing well, sometimes it's a season when you're not doing well, so it goes like that. But I was making good money. It was very stressful, very stressful. I started noticing that I'm having chest pains. I was having panic attacks, and I was not talking about this because I was stressed out. I had always wanted to become financially independent, and I worked hard at my job because I thought I was given this great opportunity to make money, because the company was paying very well and I was grateful. So I was like, I'm going to really work hard to make sure that I make the best out of this opportunity. People like me, we have to maximize every opportunity that we get. So I was truly maximizing it, working hard. That's why I was working late nights. There's a time I was working every day from Monday to Sunday, and I was doing it over and over and over. But I noticed that my supervisor and I stopped getting along. When I started really doing good, our relationship started going south. And I don't know what really happened, but I noticed that it started making me panic, because this is a job that I had really wanted to keep. But when your supervisor is starting to not like you, and they're in a position where they could sabotage you, it started making me panic, and I just knew something wasn't going to go well. I wanted to become a manager so that I escaped the whole micromanaging, the whole conflict. But I know one time she told me she would never recommend me to be a manager, but I was like, that's not going to stop me to apply for positions in the company. I was still going to try to move up as far as I can. I knew, honestly, applying for this job, that it was probably not going to happen, but I tried anyway so that I can gauge, where my relationships were with different people, just to know, like, where am I in this company? Is it something worth staying, or is it something worth, just getting away from? So I applied for this position, and that gave me a chance to talk to people and get to know them a little bit more, and kind of start figuring out what my situation was. And as I was talking to people, I realized that the company was moving towards more micromanaging. So people in my position that I was in were going to be doing a lot more work, and they are going to be supervised even more, and there was no room for growth for those people. So the company was dividing itself between the in group and the out group. And if you're in the out group, you're going to be like working like a donkey, and if you're in the out group, you're going to work like a donkey, and the in group are going to promote each other so that they can be managers. And I didn't have family members in the company. I did not have friends in the company, like close friends that, oh, we went to high school together, or you're my cousin's friend, or I didn't have any of that. So I started noticing that I'm obviously going to be in the out group. So it also started happening that my supervisor was going to move, and she put me on another team. And I was looking at my account, and I'm like, my account, I should be in this other team, because most of my business that I have worked hard for is on this team. So I thought that was kind of like a way of sabotaging me, frustrating me, just being inconsiderate. I asked for time off to take mental health, and it was denied. And I thought, wow, when I had sacrificed taking time off, I had sacrificed all these things, and they would still say no. So there was no good faith. I wasn't working with people who had any good faith or wanted to help me or have conversations with me. They just wanted to actually just use me, never promote me, and put me in the lowest position they could possibly put me, just to, I think, spite me. That's what I felt. That's how I felt. I may be wrong, but that's how I felt. And considering that I was having a lot of stress, sleepless nights, I was working almost every week. And I thought, I really felt lonely. In my life, I've never felt so lonely and alone in my life, to think that I had struggled so much to come to the US, to go to school, to look for positions, to work as hard as I can. But I was failing in these relationships. I was in the out group, and I thought, if I can make this company millions of dollars, I thought to myself, maybe I was underestimating myself about the things I can learn outside of work, about the impact that I can make in my own life. And I thought, what would make me proud of myself if I looked like 10 years, I looked 10 years back, what kind of, will I like that girl who said, okay, let me trust the universe with my dreams. Let me trust God with my dreams. Let me trust that it is better to work on my dreams, where nobody's going to come and derail them, where nobody's going to stop them, that I'm the only one who can decide how far I can go. I was working with people who had decided this is the farthest that you can go to make impact in this company. I felt that they were telling me, we don't want you here, and if you want to stay here, we are going to decide how you're going to live your life here, and you're not going to take any part in making a decision about the direction your life is going to go. And I was like, after all that time I have done to educate myself, to live by what I thought was true to myself, why would I let somebody else determine my life like that? Somebody who doesn't even like me, because I didn't feel that they liked me. And I was like, why do I have to let them decide this direction of my life? that they're going to keep me here unhappy, depressed, just following a bunch of rules, not even wanting to connect with me or to be friends with me. They just saw me as, somebody we can work. I just didn't feel good. It just didn't feel right. And that's why I decided to trust God with the universe and my life. And trust that, I can do something else with my life that can bring more impact. I had studied a lot about mental health, about childhood trauma, trying to understand my own ways of bonding and relationships. And I had come to realize that stress could juice up my brain and my productivity and my happiness. And I thought to myself, I'm so stressed out right now. I could make all this go away. Just walk away from this job. Just walk away. Start over. I did not want to start over. I did not want to start over because I was burned out. I was like, I don't want to start over. I'm so tired. But then I was like, I am so tired of fighting. I am so tired of going to a place where I'm not wanted. For some reason, I just felt like I don't want to be around people who don't want to be with me. I don't want to walk around people who don't want to work with me. And then I was like, I'll just let it go. I'll walk away and I'll let it go. And I did. I wrote a letter. I thanked them for the opportunity. I was truly grateful. I know I was really grateful for the opportunity because it helped me make money, but it also showed me that I had been underestimating myself. I was meant for more. And God was going to show me the way, and I had to trust that path. It was that moment. I knew I was actually very brave. I was very, very brave. So I wrote a resignation letter. I thanked them for the opportunity. Walked away from $250,000 a year to live the life of my choice, where I could choose the people who wanted to be in my life and not have to force people into my life, or work with rude people. I think I had grown spiritually to the point where I did not want to force things anymore with anybody. I didn't feel like life was worth forcing other people to be with you. Right now I can walk away from anyone. I am single, but if I date you for 2 days and you show me that you're not interested, if we go out for 2 dates and you show me you're not interested in me, I will not bother you. I will not bother you. Just decided it's my life. I have one life to live. One life. It's such a precious thing. It hit me that life is precious, and I was like, I don't want to spend it with people that don't want to spend it with me. I don't care whether you're my family member. I don't care whether you're my friend, or I don't care who you are. If you do not want to be with my life, I will walk away. So fast, so quickly, I'll be gone like the wind. You will not see me. It's empowering. It's empowering to know that. I used to feel that I don't have parents. That I really had to please people before. I felt like I had to please people so that they can welcome me and so I can feel like I'm wanted. And now I'm kind of like the complete opposite. I will walk away from anyone, anything. I think I have stayed so much by myself, enough by myself to know that I don't need much in life. We all don't need much in life. I can do with a decent place to sleep and some food. That's it. I don't need to wear the designer clothes. I don't need all that. I don't need to wear makeup until I'm baked like a cake. I don't need all that. I'm not hating on people who do it. If you like it and it's beautiful for you and that's the lifestyle you choose, you have one life, do you, do whatever you want. But I decided, it's not for me. I can have a very, very simple life and not be bothered. So I was like, I don't need people dangling, promotions like a carrot. You can take it, eat it. I don't care. I don't care. I will make impact in my life. Yeah, and I'm not telling anybody, oh, go quit your job just because like people do not want you. You think about your responsibilities and the things that you have to do. But for me, that's the choice I made. So yeah, I'm here. 36, single, jobless. And when I'm 70, I'll look back and I'll let you know whether the end justifies the means. And so thanks again for tuning into Spiritual Fitness, where we keep it real. I hope that you lived your life of your dreams and that you're having fun with the life that you choose to live. Again, my name is Kanini. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, may God bless you.